Hey, it's Chelly, and some rather unusual review this is because I didn't think I'd ever watch this. I told myself I'm not watching it because I don't like the song that I heard like one time, but then somebody at my performing group started doing a song from there, and I thought, do I give this a risk and do I watch? And I thought, nah, we're not going to do it, right? Then someone I watched it, and it was said, well, it was bad apart from the ending, and then I heard someone else watched it and they said it was good, and I'm thinking, no, I don't want to watch it still, maybe, maybe not. But then yesterday my friend watched it, and she told me the exact same thing that I'd heard from somebody else, that it's confusing, but the ending's good. And I thought, what? And then I realised something. At my performing group, I've been making everybody basically. Well, I didn't make anybody. They said we could do it, and I chose a Dear Evan Hansen song to perform for our summer show. And yeah, everyone likes it. And I realised I've been asking them for weeks to watch Dear Evan Hansen, to get to know the song, and yeah, they're doing it because they love performing, but what type of person am I if I don't watch La La Land if they're doing a song from it? What type of person am I if people are watching this and I'm just judging it based on one song? What if it's different? So I decided to watch it, and this is a review on it. I watched it today. It took me a while to find a link, so I said I'd watch it at 8 o'clock. I should have finished watching it at 10 o'clock. It's now 11:40. So it took me like an hour to find a link, and on and off that I Skyped and there was baseball going on, so it's like I had to pause it, and honestly, I don't get it. I'm confused with it. I don't understand. It's not a simple story to follow, and I'm not expecting it to be. I went into it thinking that I wouldn't like it, and I'm not 100% sure if I do or not. It's just, I get it, right? I thought we were following one person, but we're following two people, and it's just, they keep meeting in the weirdest places, and it just, some of the songs are great, okay? I do enjoy the songs. I think they're uplifting, they're quite upbeat, and they're really, like, good. And then the costumes are good, but I don't get the storyline. I understand that it's about a boy and a girl, Mia and Sebastian, and Mia wants to be an actress like myself, and she has a high love for that, and she auditions, which I don't do yet, and she auditions constantly and doesn't get anywhere with it, but keeps going, and she's been doing it for 6 years and doesn't get anywhere. And then there's Sebastian, who is a jazz player who wants to keep jazz alive, but hasn't got anywhere with that either. He keeps going, and him and Mia seem to meet in the stupidest places. I mean, a traffic jam to start off with, then a coffee shop, and then at a party. And they keep, and it says it's a love affair, which you can see that they are closely bonded. And it's weird because, you know, then it's like, it's highly demanding for them both because their careers are just taking off, which is difficult for any career. When it just takes off, you don't get time for anything, and it gets stressful. It's like when I first started college, I think that was also a time when I was like, oh, it's, picking up, but the workload's picking up. Because I remember during the summer for college, we had to do assignments over the summer, this one assignment, and it was long, and it was really hard, and I just remember thinking, my summer's gone. This is it. My last 3 summers gone. Because the summer after that, I had to start looking for work, and it's just difficult. It really is difficult. And so I'm watching that relating all of a sudden, and I'm thinking, do I like it? I don't know. It's a bit weird. And then it's like they do fall apart in the end. And I get it does season after season, which is 3 months, so it's like 3-month time skips every now and again. And all of a sudden we seem to do 5 years and a month time jump right at the end. Mia's entered a final casting call or audition, and this ex-boyfriend, I'm going to say, answers the call and, takes her to it. And by the looks of things, she did get it. And then she has a little girl, and it's like she's enjoying her life, I guess, with this new guy who you don't seem. I don't get it. I thought it was like an old, I thought it was a jazz guy at first, but it wasn't. It was a different guy. I'm thinking, okay, you have a 5 years relationship change. I get it. That's okay, I guess. But then she seems to just run into him again because they decide to pull off somewhere for dinner and end up in a jazz club. And then this is where it gets weird, because it's like she has a weird. I don't know if I'm not gonna say flashback. Like as in like an alternative universe, as people call it, an AU. For those of you who don't know what an alternative universe is, it's when a writer or a writer, I'm gonna say writer, writes the same story but differently. And it's like they can make one thing different, like that one character different, or like that one scene different, or like, and it changes the story completely depending on that one thing they changed, or the two things they changed even. I've never been all for alternative universes at all. I mean, I've never really liked it, but I was really confused by this point because I didn't know what was going on. It was like she dreamt it all. She goes back into this club and she meets that same guy again, Sebastian. Instead of nudging the shoulder, he kisses her, which is that one change. And it's like, it creates like the same story just a little differently. And she ends up with a little boy instead of a little girl and married to him. And they pull off and go to the club and listen to the very slow piano. And I'm thinking, why are you... And then it zooms back to the same place. Just, it's the end of his solo piece. And I'm thinking, I don't get it. I have no idea what the hell that was all about. And then the ending, people say the ending was worth waiting for. I'm not going to say it was worth waiting for because I have no idea what it was. I mean, I get the end, I get like the very end, like the very last bit. Like as they're walking out of the club, she looks at him, he looks at her, and they wink at each other. And I think what it's about, right, so I don't know why I'm smiling about this. But I think what it is during by the reviews that I've read, because I was really confused. La La Land is about two people who have the same sort of dream, but it's very different. One wants to be a musician, the other wants to be a actress, and she does playwrights. And they both try and achieve their dreams together, and it works for a while because they're boosting each other up, they're carrying each other on, they're rooting for each other. But then they have to break it off because they're going to argue, and it's a special bond because it's also a friendship. And they end up being on good terms and being good friends. They just don't see each other in 5 years, but they know fate always brings them together. And then they'll end up meeting each other again someday, and they do, right at the end. And after they've both thought about the happy times they had together and gone all sad, they remember they're friends. He looks at her, she looks at him, and they smile, and then that's it. It's just really confusing to follow, I think. Like, I think if it was a book, I mean, I don't know if it is a book or if it's going to come out as a book. I think that if a book, it might be slightly easier to follow because it'd explain the ending better and we'd understand it. But I think it was like, she was imagining what it would be like if she had carried on with him, if something had been different. And he thinks the same thing as he's playing, I think. And that's why it turns into an alternative universe. And then it just comes straight back to the present day. And she's completed her dreams, and he's completed his. They both achieved their dreams. He took her ideas, and she took his advice, and it just all worked out in the end, which is really happy. It's a happy land. It's a happy like land of the story, and I think what it is La La is it's musical, but it's also known for Cuckoo. in a way. So I think La La Land is like, it's just a place that it's like our world, but where dreams come true in a way. It's weird. I thought the costumes were great. I thought the people playing the main parts were good. Songs were okay, they were alright. There's some I like, some I don't. Mainly based on jazz. I never thought I'd like jazz music. I sort of do. I mean, the only time I ever heard of jazz music was when I bought jazz shoes without taking jazz classes. And when I played Herbs in SimCity on DS. I might do a review on that actually, so I think I've completed it now. But Cannibal Colin was like the jazz player. And on Sims Busting Out, he was a jazz player. So yeah, so that's just, I don't know, guys. It's just the way it is. It's confusing. I was confused by the whole thing, the whole performance. I mean, I only knew about La La Land originally because of Pascal and Paul. And for those of you who don't know who they are, they're the composers of La La Land, but they're also the composers of J. Evan Hansen, which is the new Broadway musical, which, by the way, if you haven't looked at it already, you should. Stage Dog. That's the name of the site to watch J. Evan Hansen. Or just go to New York and see it, because I want to go. It's Music Box Theatre. They have Mondays off, but they're on for quite a while. It stars Ben Platt and Laura Dreyfus, just promoting that. But, no, La La Land, it's, I don't know how to sum it up in one word. I'd say crazy. Confusing, crazy, but worth the wait to the end. It's worth that last moment, I think. Like, that last little moment got me interested. The whole smiling because they'd achieved it, which is just inspiring, I think. I mean, you know, it's a tough life out there, and I think that's what this is all about. So, a review on La La Land is that, you know, just give it a watch, even if you don't think you're going to like it, because you might find it different, and you might like it. I mean, it depends on who you are. I found it confusing, but the ending was worth it. I'm saying what everybody else has already said. That ending was okay. It was decent. I liked it. I don't get it. But yeah, I didn't get it much, the whole musical. But I liked the ending, regardless whether I got it or not. Would I watch it again? Not right now, not in a few weeks or a few months. I don't know. I don't think I would watch it immediately again. I don't think I'd buy it. But I might in a few years, who knows. I'm just saying, like, I wouldn't watch it again now. I'm not ready. I'm not totally with it. I'm confused about the whole thing. I think I'd have to watch it again maybe to understand it. But at the same time, I don't want to sit through 2 hours again just to wait for the ending. It's confusing, and I'm not sure, so I wouldn't watch it again right now, no. Rating out of 10, I'm going to rate it a 5.5 because it is okay, it's decent, but I'm not a huge fan of La La Land, and I apologise to any La La Land fans that are watching this, because I'm sorry, I just got confused, and I don't really think it's for me personally, and that's my review. So yeah, that's the end of this video now. Yeah, my review on La La Land, which I did not expect to do ever, so it's like new experiences are hitting me, and it's an achievement because I didn't think I'd be able to sit through it, and I did. So I'm happy that I managed to achieve it, and I don't know why I'm happy. I guess the ending was made me smile because the way it happened, I guess. But my whole review, I'm just confused, and I don't want to watch it again right now. But thank you for watching this video. If you did, give it a like, give it a comment if you want, subscribe. If you want to dislike it, then go ahead, but I recommend that you don't. Actually, tell me your views on La La Land. What did you like about it? Did you find it confusing? You know, just let me know what you think of La La Land. Yeah, just let me know what you think, because I just didn't get it. But if you can explain it to me, and I can understand it from your explanation, then yeah, I'll listen to you. Well, I'll read and then I'll comment back. I always comment back. But yeah, that's everything, guys, and I guess I'll see you in the next video, which will be Grey's Anatomy Finale Part 2. Yeah. I uploaded it a little late on the 14th, which is when this was filmed, because it wouldn't upload at first. If I can get it uploaded, so I've not checked, so if it's not uploaded, then no. You need to ignore this bit, because I can't be dealing with it. I might just do a review and upload. But this will be uploaded on Tuesday. So, yeah. Tuesday is the 16th. So yeah, that's everything, and I guess I'll see you in the next video, which is like, maybe film Friday. Bye guys!